NTA nationwide on NTA network. I am Jumwa Yusuf. The Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria has expressed confidence in the current policy direction of the present administration. However, appealing to the federal and state governments to align human face in the policies to ameliorate the hardship being faced by Nigerians. Now, this is part of the resolutions at the end of its conference in Abuja. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
The meeting had in attendance 29 speakers out of 35 from the state's legislature. Deliberations focus on good governance, state police, and how to end insecurity in the country, as well as constitutional amendment processes.
The conference observed that in spite of the constitutional provisions that grants financial autonomy to the state legislature, the implementation has been observed in breach. We therefore call on the relevant stakeholders to comply with all the provisions in the constitutions and not by breach.
The National Assembly, under the leadership of Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, is determined to ensure that the state legislative autonomy comes to reality, and we seek your cooperation.
Chairman of the Speakers Conference, Adebowale Ogundoyin, appeals to the relevant authorities in Rivers State to explore peaceful means in addressing the impasse between legislative and executive arm of government. In Abuja, Mohammed Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Now talking judiciary, the National Judicial Council has warned 3 judicial officers at both federal and state high courts and barred them from elevation to the bench of the Court of Appeal for a period. The affected judicial officers are Justice Inyang Eko of the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, Justice Godwin Breki Okoloshi of High Court of Delta State, and Justice Amina Shehu of High Court of Yobe State, while Justice Eko was barred from elevation for 2 years for abuse of discretionary power of a judge through the wrong granting an ex parte order in a matter. Justice Godwin Breki Okoloshi was barred for 3 years for his failure to deliver judgment within the stipulated period after adoption of final written addresses by counsel in the matter. The council has equally set up committees to investigate allegations against 8 judicial officers at the federal and state high courts. The NJC also approved the elevation of 22 judicial officers from the High Court to the bench of the Court of Appeal. In addition, the National Judicial Council appointed 64 new judicial officers for federal, state high court, and customary and Sharia Court of Appeal. And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has urged Nigerians to channel their energy towards fighting corruption by providing information to relevant authorities. The head of media and publicity of the commission, Dele Oyewale, made the appeal when he received Nigerian Patriotic Youth Against Corruption. Members of the non-governmental organization visited the commission to pledge their support on the fight against corruption.
The commission is very focused, and our operations, our investigations, they are progressive, and they are fully integrated, and they are broad-based. And in a couple of days, we are going to hear from us concerning this.
This organization is to actively engage and mobilize Nigerian youth to build a corrupt-free Nigeria and help government counteract financing of terrorism.
In a bid to enhance the quality and accessibility of education in the country, various initiatives are being implemented under the Renewed Hope agenda. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Didi Walson Jack, stated these at a workshop on digital education and roundtable research proposal writing organized by the Colleges of Education, Academic Staff Union, and Committee of Provosts in Nigeria. She says to further sustain industrial relations in the sector, the ministry operates open-door policy for inclusiveness, dialogue and listening ears with tertiary education unions.
A renewed hope agenda is reflected in the FME ministerial deliverables, which have focused on bolstering research capacity and integrating digital pedagogy into the educational system.
The research is important, but without the research, you might not be able to be versed with what you are to teach and the way to teach, so that learning will take place.
The conference is a continuum in the quest for digital methodologies and approaches, as both are proactive measures and solutions to the educational challenges and needs of the 21st century era. And going global, Africa 2024 is a knowledge festival, and the Nigerian government, in partnership with the British Council, are harvesting the opportunities therein to improve the tertiary education in Nigeria. Now, this forms the thrust of a media parley by the British Council in Nigeria. The opportunity will prioritize the development and growth of sustainable and relevant tertiary institutions and systems with the capability to effectively addressing the Africa's most needs. It will also foster cross-sector engagement and learning about regional and global challenges in tertiary education by strengthening institutional and individual capacity.
It's a really, really significant moment and will provide so many advantages of the nature Chris laid out in terms of improved and expanded higher education provision here in Nigeria.
As we go on, all the necessary preparation that we need to do will be done according to specification so that everybody will be on the same page and will achieve the best out of it.
The new guidelines on transnational education, and under these guidelines, foreign investors are now at liberty to leverage on the 6 competitive models to come and establish branch campuses, teaching institutions. They can undertake joint degrees, split site arrangements.
There's an opportunity for Nigeria to showcase its leadership in terms of what it's been able to achieve, what it's been able to develop as a leader within the education sector in the region.
The theme of the conference is building sustainable and relevant tertiary education institutions and system in Africa. The federal government says it will continue to empower Nigerian youth with requisite skills and education that foster innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable development of the country. This was at the Ministry of Youth Development retreat with the theme, Achieving the 8 Presidential Priorities and Deliverables in Abuja. Olayinka Ojo reports.
Globally, youths are the lifeblood of any nation. Nigerian youths represent more than half of the population, but they face many challenges.
If the government or the administration rather can create a job awareness program or create more jobs for the youth.
Government need to be interested. They need to be interested in data. They need to be interested in feedback as well.
Though Nigerian youths hold immense potential and opportunities for national development, daunting challenges such as unemployment, skills gap, and limited participation in social, economic, and political spheres have remained the issues, and the time to suggest concrete solutions is now.
Everybody in this room, up your game and transform. Catalyze entrepreneurship endeavors with youth at the core of job creation and economic development.
For now, the ministry is keen into federal government's 8 priorities of reforming the economy, strengthening national security, boosting agriculture, unlocking energy and natural resources, enhancing infrastructure and transportation, focusing on education, health and social investment, accelerating diversification and improving governance for effective service delivery.
For the attainment of our singular goal of creating social, political, and economic opportunities for every Nigerian youth.
Bring out initiatives that are outside the budget and stop thinking about budget. There's a lot of ways to reach out. We need collaboration.
And since formulation, implementation, monitoring and evaluating youth development policies and programs that align with national objectives are pivotal. A communique committed to empowering Nigerian youths is expected at the end of the retreat. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
Boosting food security and the need to provide farmers the skills in agricultural technologies has been emphasized for productive, profitable and business-oriented farming in Jigawa State and Nigeria. Mohammed Askira reports that the submission came to the fore as the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture and the Jigawa State Governor discussed ways to add value to the ongoing agricultural transformation in the state.
International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, is a research-based international organization with an interest in modernizing agriculture and its value chain for optimal results. This organization is seeking partnership with Nigeria's agricultural hub, the Jigawa State, to address challenges hindering the development of the sector and preventing youth from participating in profitable activities within the sector.
We have set the precedence for young people to be involved in agriculture. Have we set the industry in a way that gives them promising career path? And have we looked at the industry from a sector development perspective that would give them a 30 years, 15 years, 5 years secure future?
Agriculture is the highest employer of labor. So the more we develop the value chain of agriculture, the more we are able to convince our youth to accept agriculture as a business, then we are making a very good headway.
Umar Namadi says the IITA's thinking rhymes with his administration's agricultural revolution. As such, Jigawa is ready for the partnership to fast-track the transformation of the sector for the overall developments of Jigawa State. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira.
Insecurity, deplorable state of federal roads and healthcare facilities have been identified as being militating development of some communities in Niger State. Now, these were the issues that topped discussion at a town hall meeting organized by the personal assistant to the president on constituency affairs, Kazim Khadijat Omotayo in Mina, Niger State capital. Hussein Musa tells us more.
Town hall meeting is part of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration's continuous engagement with the people at the grassroots, with a view to finding better approaches to addressing their challenges based on the peculiarities. In Mina, the Niger State capital, the town hall meeting, which was attended by traditional and religious leaders, civil society organizations, representatives of student unions, was a platform for the citizens to highlight issues hindering development in their various communities.
If we are clear with the issue of insecurity in Niger State, then whatever you are going to give us can follow.
What we have started doing today, I will urge you to continue, because this is exactly what the people want.
The convener and the personal assistant to the president on constituency affairs, Karim Khadijat Omotayo, said the present administration continues to interact with the electorates.
Be rest assured that all your comments, feedback and suggestions about the government at the federal level, decisions that you put forward will be appreciated and related to the president for positive action.
The state government is already doing a lot in the direction through our new Niger agenda, which is all about engaging the people.
Stakeholders are of the opinion that the meeting should be extended to local government areas to ensure popular participation. In Mina, Hussein Musa, NTA News.
It's now time to join Adiola Kami Akere in Lagos for more on Nationwide. Hello, Adiola. It's good to see you. Your name seems to slip through my mouth like that.
Good to see you too. Thank you for joining us in Lagos. Nigeria's quest to fully harness potential of the blue economy is now gaining mileage with the mapping out of the ocean to ascertain its fish stock and qualitative research to put the country on a vantage position in global fish production. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Gboyega Oyetola, while on a working visit to the Nigeria Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research, which is now under his ministry, lauded the contributions of the institute, especially in the area of capacity building and reduction of fish importation. Joe Akpokwola has that report.
Nigeria's maritime domain has been boosted with additional nautical miles, and the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Gboyega Oyetola, is galvanizing efforts of all relevant stakeholders to maximize this gain. A key component that will propel the blue economy is the Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research, an agency in the forefront of thinking outside the box in providing relevant scientific research. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Gboyega Oyetola described NIUMA, now part of his ministry, as very germane to the blue economy, urging the institute to redouble their efforts in realizing the vision of the present administration for the blue economy.
And I'm impressed with what I've seen in terms of what they've been able to do to be able to advance the fish technology, continue to collaborate with the institute to ensure that we're able to harness the resources available.
Briefing the minister about some of the giant strides of the institute founded in 1975, the executive director and chief executive officer of the agency and other stakeholders say the successes recorded in the area of training and research cannot be overemphasized.
If we check the statistics, Nigeria in the area of aquaculture, when we're doing 650, it has gone to plus 800,000 metric tons. And with the present drive of manpower development in the area of food security, we are going to do more.
The minister also engaged staff of the Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture, where he reminded them that it will no longer be business as usual. The fish laboratory is a rare feat that the ministry will also leverage on, while vessel monitoring service will be improved upon. In Lagos, Joel Akpokwola, NTA News.
Monitoring every facet of infrastructure for the takeoff of compressed natural gas (CNG) as alternative use of energy in the country is fast gaining grounds, with the first step at the threshold of the nation's mass transit systems, including articulated vehicles. The presidential initiative on compressed natural gas was at one of the establishments positioned to be an important player in providing alternative energy in Nigeria. Larry Belay reports.
A confidence booster, the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas (PICNG) delegation toured a vehicle assembly factory that is CNG compliant. The private automobile assembly plant in Lagos had automobiles using CNG and electric-powered vehicles, which was an eye-opener for the delegation.
This tour was for us to see the capacity of our manufacturing partners. And of course here, we've seen not just the capacity, we've also seen even the utilization of gas, which the president has been talking about.
The delegation expressed confidence on the possibility of the presidential initiative to transit vital components of the nation's economy into compressed natural gas.
Nigeria is the ones with the biggest gas reserve in the world. Nigeria has no business whatsoever importing petroleum, liquid petroleum to fuel its industrialization, to fuel its factories, to fuel its vehicles, to fuel any kind of development in this country.
I believe within the next 6 months, at least 30% of our vehicles should be CNG with a service of CNG.
The leader of the presidential initiative on CNG revealed that from 18 commercially licensed CNG pumps last year to 60 at present across the federation, with about 120 applications waiting to be licensed and mandated to add CNG pumps to their refilling stations. The federal government is prioritizing mass transit vehicles and other commercial transport systems at present. In Lagos, Larry Belay, NTA News.
We're done for now. Nationwide will continue with Birikisu in our Jos Network Center when we return from this break.
You're welcome back. Reports reaching us indicates one-story building serving as a warehouse for assorted drinks along Sabongari Road in Minna, Niger State capital, has collapsed, with more than 20 workers, including a pregnant woman, trapped inside. Locals with other relevant authorities are presently trying to rescue people trapped inside. We'll continue to bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Ebetokun, is tasking graduates of Leadership Command Corps to ensure a significant improvement in preventive policing through an effective community policing and tactical intelligence. This is in a message to the graduation of the Tactical Leadership Command Course at the Police Staff College, Jos. Ijoma Ezemene reports.
Taking cognizance of the security challenges faced by the nation, the Inspector General of Police marched word with action by inaugurating the 60 participants comprising Chief Superintendent of Police drawn from various commands and formations across the country. The Tactical Leadership Command Corps participants 2022-2024 were exposed to traditional and contemporary approaches to handling extant security challenges, interagency collaboration, and joint operations, as well as crisis management, with Plateau State as a case study.
Now that we have a training, we will go and impact it to our subordinates.
The expectation from the citizens is simple. We are coming out and we are giving you a new format.
The Inspector General of Police, represented by the Commandant of the Staff College, says as tactical leaders, they are to adapt and stay informed about emerging trends and technologies in law enforcement.
Now that you have been groomed, energized and repositioned, I charge you to go out there and make a change.
For the leadership course participants, the training allows them to build resilience and critical thinking skills for optimal performance. Two outstanding officers were honored for their dedication to duty and exceptional performance. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Now let's bring you up to speed with other news making the rounds as the federal government, under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has trained about 100 Almajiri students in Kano on different skills aimed at making them self-reliant. The program, supported by Sheyi Bola Ahmed Tinubu, targeted more than 1,000 Almajiri from across the 19 northern states. Our Salisu will tell us more.
Successive administrations in Nigeria have come up with different projects and programs aimed at integrating and supporting the Almajiri system of education. The renewed hope feeding and skills acquisition training for the Almajiri children is one of those initiatives and interventions to make them self-reliant. Yahya Muhammad is among the beneficiaries of the pilot program that were trained in shoemaking, car wash and shampoo, among others.
This skill now we give for this program now, speak louder than any so-called certificate you can ever mention, because now they can defend on themselves.
Sheyi Bola Ahmed Tinubu said federal government outlined plans to create sustainable change and ensure every child has access to education, skills and opportunities.
Our plans is to reach the 19 northern states in Nigeria. We have more than 10,000 Sangha in Nigeria. So inshallah, this is our first program. So we choose Kano to be our starting point. Allah will reach all the Sangha's Almajiri school to benefit from this empowerment program, along with the Mr. President Renew Hope agenda.
Yahya and his likes thank the federal government for providing them with essential skills and empower them for a brighter future. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, 150 dependents of now fallen heroes are set to get a new vacation at the Nigerian Air Force Officers' Wives Association Skill Acquisition Center. In addition to marking the Diamond Jubilee of the Nigerian Air Force, the initiative is aimed at promoting socio-economic growth by reducing poverty and social inequality. Defense correspondent Naja'atu Tijani reports.
Honor through support, self-reliance through empowerment. As dependents of NAF fallen heroes, the message is clear. There is no time for self-pity. Their breadwinners paid the ultimate sacrifice. Now, it is time for them to pull themselves by their bootstraps and in turn help others. This is where NAFOA comes in.
The NAFOA Skill Acquisition Program in commemoration with Nigerian Air Force at 60. NAFOA unlocks the opportunity for individuals seeking to enhance their skills and learn new vocations.
With the skills they are about to learn, spanning across technology, catering, fashion design and more, much is in turn expected of the 150 beneficiaries.
Well, during the program, I expect them to be diligent, and after the program, I expect them to practice head-on what they've learned, because these are skills that would be used immediately.
As the 150 march forward to make a difference, it is a reminder that the military does not just mourn the fallen, it empowers the living by igniting a fire of self-reliance in those they left behind. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Indeed, Naja'atu Tijani, that's a good move. Good road network plays a crucial role in the socio-economic development of any society. This informed the reason Cross River State Government is committed to rehabilitating deplorable roads and construction of new ones in Calabar, the state capital, which is receiving commendation from residents as they hope that the drive will be extended to other urban and rural areas to fast-track easy transportation of goods and services. But before we join Oba Hyacinth live in Calabar at one of such rehabilitated roads, let's first take this background report on the reaction of the people.
Good road network is said to impact the various aspects of one's daily lives, business operation, reduce road crashes, and man-hour loss, as well as overall economic growth. In Calabar, the Cross River State capital, there is an aggressive drive of Governor Basio II in this regard, as residents applaud this initiative.
That time, Calabar was just like a push, but now everywhere road is good.
Nothing we are going to say for this our new governor and this Cross River, except we say God bless him, because of he try for this our own state now. If you look everywhere, not only this scooter road.
The road rehabilitation by Governor Basio II administration, the people say, will not only create employment opportunities, but also stimulate economic activities, foster rural development, and improve the livelihoods of residents.
It's something we've been expecting in Cross River State for a very long time. We feel the joy that we have a government that is interested in the welfare of the people.
Appraising the developmental strides of the governor, which is a true reflection of his People First mantra, some stakeholders have appealed that the same drive should be extended to other senatorial districts of the state.
We're just simply happy with the approach, making sure that all the roads are becoming smooth. We're applauding the governor, but we seek as a professional body to be much more involved.
All effort to get these inputs of the Commissioner for Works on the number of roads rehabilitated, those constructed, cost implication and the quality of work done prove abortive. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
And Oba Hyacinth is in Calabar now. Oba, if you can hear me, can you tell us the level of road rehabilitation and construction work done by the state government? Are there work in phases? And is the rehabilitation going to extend to other senatorial districts of the state, like we heard people asking for more? Is there any level of collaboration with critical stakeholders in the construction of roads in Cross River State?
Yusuf, like you rightly said, road rehabilitation and construction initiative of Governor Basio II is one aspect that has endeared Cross-Riverian to the government of the state, as rehabilitation and construction is ongoing in nearly the 2 LGAs in the state capital, Calabar, where 40 projects have been earmarked for phase 1. Phase 1 is basically jobs to be done within the first 1 year in office of the present administration, and there are a whole lot of work that is ongoing. Even behind me, you can see one of the projects that is ongoing, remodeling of the roundabout. The longest among the stretch of road rehabilitated is the Moritala Mohammed Highway, spanning from 8 miles down to roundabout here in Ward Market, where the governor of Cross River State, with his team, first and foremost started with the filling of potholes, and later on the parting. I think there are basically a lot of work at various stages of completion within the 2 LGAs in Cross River State. In terms of collaborations, there are a whole lot of collaboration ongoing, but I wouldn't want to delve much into that because the issue of collaboration could be relative, it could be subject to a lot of debate, but from our interaction with Nigerian Society of Engineers, their appeal was that government of Cross River State should collaborate with them and see how they can be part of the road rehabilitation and construction initiative. Instead of expanding it to other senatorial districts of the state, on the 24th of last month, the State Executive Council of Cross River State approved extension of work to the 2 other senatorial districts. And so work is actually going to start in earnest in other 2 senatorial districts here in Cross River State.
Indeed, Obahai Sentinel, with good roads, the economy of any society will improve. Thank you so much. Now, moving on, without any sentiment, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken off on a sound footing with sustainable policies that Nigerians will be proud of in the nearest future. Now, this is the position of Vice President Kashim Shettima at the high-level dialogue on advancing the gains made within the first year of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, held here in Abuja. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila will tell us more.
We are here because of our place in a wall of opportunities, a wall that can't afford to neglect or underestimate our place.
This is part of the Vice President's keynote address titled Delivering the Renewed Hope Agenda through Enhanced International Cooperation. Imperatives, opportunities and challenges set the tone for discussions at the forum aimed at laying the groundwork for the collaborative effort that will propel Nigeria towards a future of enriched international cooperation.
For the sake of our nation, we have in place the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Plan to further facilitate effective infrastructure development across the key areas of our economy. For the sake of our future, we are adjusting to the times, and that explains the adoption of CNG buses, which we are prepared to actualize in our drive for a nation that offers more benign alternative transformation channels for the people and keeps to its global commitments to reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
The dialogue examines the work done by the administration in the past 1 year and the areas for consolidation on economic revitalization, social empowerment and infrastructural development, while navigating the complexities of a rapidly evolving global space.
I want to assure you that you will see a lot more of our work as a team as we enter the second year of the administration. We will continue to engage with Nigerians, home and abroad, regarding our work, prioritizing truth, credibility, and impact.
Our country is one of the most attractive investment destinations in Africa and projected to be the 3rd largest national market in the world by headcount in the year 2050.
We've also been encouraged that the partners we have been talking to, countries, high commissioners, ambassadors, development partners, private institutions, have acknowledged the bold, courageous measures that have been undertaken by Nigeria.
Discussions focused on the international cooperation between the government, international partners and investors, as well as key deliverables of the Renewed Hope Agenda. In Abuja, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
The governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in the 2023 gubernatorial election in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abe says there's need to rebuild the All Progressives Congress APC in the state to enable the party achieve the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ijeoma Opweke reports that this formed part of the outcome of a stakeholders meeting held in Port Harcourt, where the former senator also declared support for Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike.
The gathering of these stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State is to critically examine the gains so far recorded by the APC as the ruling party at the center and how to sustain it. Senator Magnus Abe, while appreciating the sacrifice and resilience of supporters to his political ambition as the governorship candidate of the SDP in the last election in Rivers State, acknowledged that his return to the APC is not by chance, as he has been a full member of the All Progressives Congress until the crisis that rocked the party for over 6 years began.
I cannot leave Asiwaju and follow any other politician in this country when Asiwaju is president of Nigeria.
On the 27 lawmakers that defected to the APC, Senator Abe said they should be allowed to exercise their constitutional rights and also pledged to work with the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, and the APC Caretaker Committee Chairman in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, for the growth of the party.
I will reconcile with Wike now that he's FCT Minister. He is working with the President and he can be useful to us. And he will help us when it comes to our Tinubu thing here in Rivers State.
In spite of what had happened, there is ray of light.
We are unwavering and will continue to support our leader to work with whomever he has chosen to work with.
The decision by the stakeholders is a reassurance that the political dispute in the APC since 2017 has come to an end. In Port Harcourt, Ijeoma Opweke, NTA News.
We'll take a pause here as we join Abubakar Musa in Maiduguri for more on Nationwide. Hello, Abubakar. It's good to see you.
It's really good to see you, Jumai, and thank you for joining us. Borno State Government has, in collaboration with the state's Renaissance and Microfinance Bank, disbursed 250 million naira grant to 25,000 female residents of Goza to promote financial inclusion. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum personally flagged off the exercise as part of his 2 days engagement in the community. Mohammed Guni will now tell us more.
Having an account with the Microfinance Bank qualifies each of the 25,000 female beneficiaries to receive 10,000 naira each. The beneficiaries could not hide their joy, saying the gesture will go a long way in catering for the needs of their families.
What we are doing is financial inclusion. Gradually, we shall cover all the 27 local government areas to ensure that a sizable number of the population of Borno State have an account.
Resettling more displaced communities have dominated discussion during Professor Zulum's courtesy visit on the Emir of Goza, Mohamed Shehu Idrissa Timta, at his palace. Communities slated for resettlement in collaboration with the security forces include Yemtake, Bita, Modube, Wala A and B, and Ashigashia, among others.
We decided to change our own approach. Now our intention is to see how we shall resettle people and ensure that the community will build their houses by themselves. That means we are also enhancing their means of livelihood.
Emir of Goza appreciated the governor for his continued support to Goza community and assured support of his community to the policies and programs of government. Governor Zulum also addressed intended returnees from Bita and Yemtake, assuring them of provision of basic amenities, urging them to cooperate with the security operatives. The excited returnees were elated by government's support to their cause. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Away from that now, stakeholders on ecological preservation in Borno are advocating for the establishment of a recycling plant in Maiduguri, Biu, and Bama, among other priority issues contained in the proposed Borno State Climate Action Plan towards combating climate change in the state. This came to the fore during the validation of the new State Climate Action Plan. Here again is Mohammed Goni with the rest of the story.
Borno State is usually hot and dry for most part of the year, and the rainy season lasts mostly from June to September, with an annual rainfall between 500 mm and 1,000 millimeter, which is now unpredictable due to the effect of climate change, mostly fueled by human factors of deforestation, among others. In addition to the state government's effort at planting 10 million seedlings, the Borno State Climate Change Coalition seeks to build climate resilience and instill development choices with eco-friendly initiatives.
We encourage them to stop felling of trees.
And we anticipate that the state government, state executive council will accept it as a working document or a working policy in response to climate change.
If you look at the plan, in generally, we have actionable areas, and one of those areas is improvement in value chain.
The coalition deliberated on the long-term goal of achieving the Climate Change Action Plan beyond 2030. The need for climate change desks in various ministries as well as awareness creation in all secondary schools and tertiary institutions was brought to the table. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
This is Nationwide on the Nigerian Television Authority. Let us at this point return to Jumwai in Abuja for more news for us.
Welcome back. Customers of Heritage Bank in Abuja are appealing to the Central Bank of Nigeria to come to their aid, as most of them are unable to access services in most branches of the bank. Musa Abubakar reports.
Bank official trying to explain to angry customers why they can only withdraw 10,000 naira at the Heritage Bank regional headquarters, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja.
Wake this morning, I need money. I go to my main branch in Zone 3, Rochas Plaza. I met people there. The branch is shut down. I went to Zone 5 near First Bank. I went there. Security are telling me they are not more operated. I said, why? They said I should come to shopping the shop rice. That's why I come down here. I come down here. I meet people not paying. They said the network is shut down.
Access to electronic services, the customer said, had not helped the situation because it's been down since 3 months ago.
They have not given concrete reason why the problem is all about. They are telling us that the network is down, and the network has been like this for more than 3 months. It's not going through. You cannot transfer, you cannot withdraw, you cannot use ATM. You cannot get access to your money. When you come to the branch, for you to get cash, they will be giving you peanuts.
They appeal whether to the manager or whether government. They may them do something. If not money be the problem, may them give them the money so that they will pay us.
Efforts by the NTA to talk to bank authorities on the lingering issue proved abortive. The CBN issued a statement saying the bank was not distressed in 2016 when the bank was unable to discharge its obligation to depositors then. It is not clear for now whether the problem is associated with the ongoing CBN bank recapitalization in the country. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
And it's now time to join our newscaster in Enugu, Comfort, and for more on Nationwide. Hello, Comfort.
Thanks for joining us in Enugu. Over 150 fresh school leaders and senior secondary students drawn from North and South Federal constituency are currently undergoing a 3-day skill application program to be self-reliant. Arrow reports.
Sometimes political promises never see the light of day. But for the member representing Enugu North and South Federal Constituency, Chimobi Samato, promises kept are bonds kept with his constituency. This informs.
We do apologize with. There's a little bit of issues with the connection with Enugu. We'll now take sports update. And that's it on NTA Nationwide. It's been a pleasure having you with us. On behalf of the crew, I am Jumma Yusuf.